Can you imagine snagging the attention of one of the hottest leading men in Hollywood? You'd probably think finally having a compelling role opposite Tom Holland in the blockbuster Spider-Man franchise was the ticket to that success. But Zendaya had to put in the work in order for her co-star to realize she was more than just MJ. And it took a lot of time, effort, and challenges to help him figure that out. With colossal set gossip, height difference humor, and the unwavering need to guard the most precious private moments from anything or anybody that could mess it up. She's been relentless to relay the things she overcame. You and I are like that today. Oh my, it's definitely. You don't have to take avocados. Yeah, this is great stuff. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. In today's episode, we'll discuss the laugh out loud moments, shocking incidents, and carefully planned slips that helped turn an on screen friendship into one of Tinseltown's most coveted real life adventures. When Zanaya first arrived at the Spider Man Homecoming set, she was walking into the beginning of the frenzy of red carpets and worldwide premieres. But her first moments getting to know Tom Holland were anything but over the top. In an interview with Vanity Fair, she remembered their initial chemistry read in 2016 at a small studio in Atlanta. Both admitted to sweaty palms and awkward line readings as they started to become MJ and Peter Parker. But even back then, Zanaya felt a weird level of comfort in their back and forth. They both had no idea that this tentative first step would set the stage for a relationship built on trust and real friendship. For Tom, the transition from virtually unknown British stage actor to worldwide box office heavyweight felt surreal. Documenting the glamour profile and style, he jokingly noted that his flirting skills are light on the Riz. He didn't audition to be debonair or rely on chat-up lines to get people's attention, but instead figured if he was there looking solid and supporting, he was doing a decent job. Tom says their amount of time working together put him and Zanaya in a position to cultivate a genuine relationship, as they worked long hours backstage, practicing scripts and late-night run-throughs. They were both punch-drunk with humor from shared jokes that could only be made possible by their common respect for each other, as people to each other rather than their titles and level of celebrity. That warmth over time allowed their feelings to flourish. However, and even though their bond became intimate away from the camera, all the rubbish talk public opinion fell upon them based upon their 2-inch height variation. Social media users decried the fact that Zanaya, at 5'10", unacceptably, could never date a short king, and tabloids relished in plenty tinted optics. Zanaya addressed the critics from the beginning and in between queuing for emissions during a feature for Vogue.co.uk and said the public fixation was a stupid assumption. She informed all concerned that her mother is taller than her father, and she joked if it's acceptable within families, it should also acceptable with Tom. Zanaya, you were taller than Tom. And it became this kind of thing. And I thought, well, taller than that. She put that out there, maybe like an inch or two at least. Okay, it isn't like people say how did you guys kiss? It must have been so difficult. Her blissful ignorance to fussing over any sort of superficial judgments only endeared her even more to her fans. Zanaya learned very early on that it was much smarter to protect their privacy away from the show as they were on public display every week. In an interview with E! Online, she expressed their belief in protecting the piece, explaining what we want to put out there and how much light we let in. Some things are just theirs. Whether it meant shutting off my phone or dodging prying questions as they traversed the red carpet, there was an understanding between her and Tom. This perspective was refreshing to audiences and the industry. It displayed growth in a celebrity relationship. On top of that, when filming began, Tom wasn't even single. He had been rumored to be with several co-stars and high-profile people. Zanaya chose patience over pressure. She didn't feel the need to further that narrative in the fickle entertainment industry. Zanaya referenced a ring rumor in her September 2023 online article, But she also stressed her respect for Tom's timeline, waiting until Tom himself was ready to step out into the open. Such respect allowed Tom's British reticence to ease as he discovered Zanaya genuinely valued their connection, more than headlines or quickly attached labels. Zendia's formula for winning Tom over was devoid of grand gestures, but filled with small acts of affirmation. Moments shared over laughter at lunch, small encouraging text messages amidst the turmoil of press tours, and finally, a readiness to stick by Tom through the indulgence of paparazzi pestering. She proclaimed that humor and humility were, in fact, her top two deal breakers in a partner. By letting Tom show up as his friend first and waiting on him, respecting his state space and sharing a success with him, Zanaya exemplified the kind of grounded and consistent support that would break down the roughest of barriers. Even when tomfoolery sources floated engagement rumors after Zanaya shared a selfie with an in-your-face ring on her finger, she handled it. Speculation washed to social feeds, and Zanaya was quick to allude it was a well-deserved accessory for accomplishing great work, with her easy comment that, "You think that's how I would drop the news?" Sending a clear message. Their story would occur independent of the rumor mill. Fast forward to December 2024. Reputable channels confirmed that Tom Holland and Zanaya had finally gotten engaged. In a small Instagram post by the couple themselves, the news underscored the journey they had traveled together. From the initial shaky table reads of the public-facing project to the late-night script revisions of the private project. From public scrutiny to private pledges. Their decision to make the engagement announcement on their own terms highlighted their mutual respect for the other's differences and the quiet assurance they earned over the years of unwavering fidelity. Both on the set and in their personal lives, their personal trust only enhanced their on-screen chemistry. In a People.com interview, Zanaya shared that she felt extra safe acting with Tom. That chemistry on the red developed that protection, which helped her be vulnerable in emotionally charged scenes. Whether in the blockbuster arena of a superhero film finale or a character's intimate confession, times of real emotion convey authenticity that the audiences could feel. Both their movie magic and indoor story were amplified by their genuine selves. Off-screen Tom's protective instincts are endearingly sincere. In a recent Marie Claire interview, Tom shared that he often finds himself Googling Zanaya to make sure she's okay, clears his browser, and reassures himself that we are all cool. Tom described it a little like an anxious habit turned sweet ritual, a private way of taking care of the woman he loves while being bombarded daily with headlines, bad faith actors, and viral moments. Their red carpet game still says something. At the 2025 Golden Globes, Zanaya wore a Louis Vuitton gown and walked the red carpet, while Tom cheered her on from backstage. A conscious effort on Tom's part to recognize Zanaya's career milestone. Tom later explained to Vanity Fair that is why the couple makes these choices so Zanaya can lead her professional narrative, all of which reflect the mutual support and selflessness they share in their relationship. Honestly, life, Zanaya and Tom expressed their shared desire to balance sky-high careers and personal lives. When Zanaya covered Teen Vogue magazine, she candidly stated her somewhat terrifying aspirations toward motherhood, all while considering how the pressures of child fame she experienced as a child might inform how she parented. Tom has similarly expressed a longing to be a dad. Tom has even told interviewers he can't wait to be a dad, and that building a family and private life away from the camera and attention is his next great adventure. They plan to navigate fame similarly by being able to go from co-stars to fiancé in the first place. At the beginning, we saw the same caution as they did their first tentative first reads, and we saw the quietly announced engagement, and since they are our favorite alt couple, we always root for them. And if they are a socially unconventional couple, then even more bonus points for them. Zanaya and Tom remind us that connections are just like friendships take time, respect, and above all else, we need an agreeable commitment to privacy from them. Heightgate comments, the rumor mill, and the challenges of early fame, not all of this to flustered them. Next. Want a reminder that love exists under duress when you both specialize in understanding each other? and not satiating the never-ceasing watchful eye of the world? That's the real lesson in Zanaya's candid acknowledgement of how hard it was to get Tom Holland to date her. If you like this journey of Zanaya and Tom Holland, like, share, and subscribe for a deep dive behind the scenes of Hollywood's most notable love stories in the making. Click the bell so you never miss a moment. Thank you for watching.